everyone. This is Pastor Britt Strohecker, and welcome to this episode of Closer to God. Yesterday, we talked about spiritual gifts. Today, we're going to talk about one body, many parts. And this is chapter 12 of 1 Corinthians. And we're going to begin today at verse 12. The human body has many parts, but the many parts make up only one body. So it is with the body of Christ. So he's saying, we have one body, but it's made up of different parts. And he's saying the same is with the body of Christ. There is only one body of Christ. There's not multiple. It's not split up into denominations. It's not split up into different beliefs. It is one body altogether. It has many parts, okay? Some of us are Jews, some are Gentiles, some are slaves, and some are free. But we all have been baptized into Christ's body by one Spirit, and we have all received the same Spirit. Yes, the body has different parts, not just one part. If the foot says, I am not part of the body because I'm not a hand, that does not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear says, I am not part of the body because I am only an ear and not an eye, would that make it any less a part of the body? Suppose the whole body were an eye, then how would you hear? Or if your whole body were just one big ear, how could you smell anything? But God made our bodies with many parts, and He has put each part just where He wants it. What a strange thing a body would be if it only had one part. Yes, there are many parts, but only one body. The eye can never say to the hand, I don't need you. The head can't say to the feet, I don't need you. In fact, some of the parts that seem weakest and least important are really the most necessary, and the parts we regard as less honorable are those we clothe with the greatest care. So we carefully protect from the eyes of others those parts that should not be seen, while other parts do not require this special care. So God has put the body together in such a way that extra honor and care are given to those parts that have less dignity. This makes for harmony among the members, so that all the members care for each other equally. If one part suffers, all parts suffer with it. And if one part is honored, all parts are glad. Okay? So he's saying here, look at how the body is laid out. If we just were an eye, we'd only be able to see. We wouldn't be able to move. We wouldn't be able to smell. We wouldn't be able to taste. We wouldn't be able to hear. We would just be looking around, laying on the ground, I guess, somewhere. And, so Paul says that's ridiculous. Same thing if it was just an ear. Well, we wouldn't see anything. We'd hear everything, but we wouldn't see anything. We wouldn't be able to move, nothing like that. So, Paul's saying, look, there are many parts to our body, and each part has its own special function, and all of them need to function together. When one part suffers, all parts suffer with it. And when one part is doing well, all parts are glad. So that's the way it needs to be in the body of Christ. All right? We're not all just this group of people or that person. We are all together important and special and necessary and essential in the body of Christ. There are no non-essential parts or non-essential workers or any of that nonsense. Everyone has an important role to play in the body of Christ. And like I said with the puzzle piece, if one piece is missing, the picture is incomplete. So when one part suffers, we all share in the sufferings with that one part. We are to be supportive and encouraging to that one part. If one part has success or is doing well, we should all be glad because of that success and how well that part is doing. So then he goes on here at verse 27. He says, now all of you together are Christ's body, and each one of you is a separate and necessary part of it. So let me read that again. Now all of you together are Christ's body, and each one of you is a separate and necessary part of it. Here's a list of some of the members that God has placed in the body of Christ. First are apostles. Second are prophets. Third are teachers. then those who do miracles, those who have the gift of healing, those who can help others, those who can get others to work together, those who speak in different kinds of tongues. Is everyone an apostle? Of course not. Is everyone a prophet? No. Are all teachers? Does everyone have the power to do miracles? Does everyone have the gift of healing? Of course not. Does God give all of us the ability to speak in tongues? Can everyone interpret tongues? No. And in any event, you should desire the most helpful gifts. Eagerly desire the greater gifts, but now let me show you the most excellent way. And that'll be in our next episode of Closer to God, because we're going to be looking at a very important and very familiar chapter to many people, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, in our next episode. So until then, remember, you are a necessary and important part of the body of Christ. And without you, the body is incomplete. Discover your gifts and use them for the greater glory of God, and use them in harmony and concert with other people who make up the body of Christ. Because each of us is a separate but necessary part of the body of Christ. So remember that, and also remember, nothing in this world is more important than the love of Jesus Christ. I'll talk to you soon.